Today I'm doing my favourite automation, the thing that I think is better than anything else, where you get to your house, you open the door and the light is on automatically. I just think that's the best thing you could possibly have. So let's go through what I've done to make this happen. So let's roll the credits and get straight into it. So how am I going to fix this? Well, I already have a sensor on the door, which if you've watched some of my other videos, like the Zigbee one, link up there, I replaced the battery, I fiddled around with it, I've done all sorts of stuff. I think, I'm going to use a technical term now, the sensor is buggered. It dies within a few days of being put in, so I think it's draining the battery or it's not kind of working. So I'll just show you that one. So that's that. So I have down here, I have a new sensor with a new battery in, and to make sure we've got everything, because if you come in and the door's open and then the door closes, you could set a time limit. I've got to learn how to do things one-handed again. You could set a time limit, but it would be nice to have a movement sensor. And I thought to myself, shall I get a presence sensor? And I don't think it needs one in here. So if there's movement in here, there's going to be movement in here. You don't normally sit down and do anything for a long period of time in the entrance. So those are the two things. And let's go through what we're going to do. So it's always at best, if you can, set Zigbee devices up as close as possible to where they're going to be. Well, it's going to be on the door up there. I'll take the other sensor out and it should just fit in its place. And the coordinator is just up there. So it's got to make a little way across the room. So there shouldn't be any problems here. What I recommend you always do is stand where it is and look at the nearest. Oh, let's go the right way and look to see whether you can see the coordinator or the nearest router. Well, we've actually got the coordinator there and a router down there on the plug. So we should be okay. The device, I've just pulled the black off. I've broken all my fingernails to do it. I'm just going to pull the battery thing out. And it seems to be in there quite happily. So let's flip across to my phone. So this is the setup. I'm going to go into Zigbee to MQTT. I'm going to go here and I'm going to go permit join. Then on the sensor, I'm going to push its button, which is just here. I am going to push its button, which is just here. And hold it in. And I wonder if that's taken. Well, it doesn't seem to have taken. Let's just try that again. There we go, it's flashing now. I'm going to let go. Seems to be thinking about it. Okay, that seems awfully upset with that. So let's do the other one. Commit join again. And this time, take the battery out, take the battery cover out, put it back on again. Put it into pairing mode. Okay. Okay, so it's recognised this. So let's give it a better name. Rename device. Okay, let's go back to the computer. Oh, before we do that, let's just stick it on the wall, shall we? So it gets a sticky pad, which I can't get off, which we'll stick on the bottom of here, like that, and take the other side off. Okay. And I'm going to stick it on the wall. About there. So let's have a little tidy up of what's here. First thing I need to do is rename things so they're right and I know what they are. So we'll get the contact center to start off with. And I'll pick a sensible name. One thing I'd recommend is think about a naming scheme and not make it up as you go along, like I do. So, Zigbee underscore front door underscore front door I'm having trouble with underscores and lines today. Underscore contact. And then I'll do the same thing with the movement sensor. Just like this. So we're all ready to go now. I think I need to cover what I actually want to do next. So how do we want this to work? Well, when I switch the light on and off, I want the light to come on and off. That one's quite easy. But when the door gets opened, you want the light to come on and off. But only when it's dark. That's kind of the first thing. And also, when there's people here. If there isn't anybody here, there's no point in switching the light on when the door gets opened. So, it shouldn't really happen, but we've got a flag for people here or not. At the same time, when I come into this room in the dark, it would be nice that the light comes on from that. So we've got the door opening and movement to switch it on. To switch it off, I'll add to that, door opening and movement when it's dark. To switch it off, if the door's open, I don't want to switch it off. I want to remember that it's kind of the door's open, so we'll have the light on. If there's no movement in here, I want to switch it off unless the door's open. So we'll use that to switch it off. So those are the settings we're going to do. I've already done most of the automation here. So I've created a new automation and called it entrance on. And its final action, turn on the entrance hall, and that turns on the entrance hall light. So that's kind of what we want to happen here. And we only want it to come on if the sun is after sunset, so after the sun's gone down, and before sunrise. So when it's dark. And if people in Sunnybank is on. So we've got those two settings. And then we've got the triggers to make it happen. So when the front door contact sensor goes to open, or when the front door movement sensor goes from clear to detected. So detected movement or the door open. So then I've got another automation which I've called entrance off. And what entrance off does is switches off the entrance light. So what are the triggers for that? It'll only switch off when the door is closed, which kind of makes sense. And the trigger is when it changes from anything to clear, and it'll switch off the light. And I can hear you shouting, why aren't you doing it only in the dark? Because it might, if it's just before sunrise, very unlikely the way that I wake up, that I open the door, and then it's after sunrise, I still want the light to switch off, don't I? So that's kind of that one. But then you're going to say, but it'll only switch off when the door is closed. Well, kind of right, because I don't want to leave the door open all the time, do I? So those are the kind of reasons on this. So when it's clear, when the door's closed, switch off the light. So that's it for today's video. So we've covered how to set a Zigbee device up, how to get annoyed with devices and get rid of them, how to control whether the door's open or movement in a hallway, all using Zigbee setup, and when to do it when it's dark and not. I'm going to say thank you for watching, and if you could like and subscribe, that would be great. And I'll see you on the next one, unless you want to watch this one or this one. I'll see you on the next one.